What is up? It is me. It is I. I am the greatest there is, the greatest there was, and the greatest there ever will be. I am greatness personified. Myself. Yes, 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 yes. Stoney Greatness. Stoney Greatness. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Y'all are too kind. Y'all are too kind. And I am here with the man of the hour, the myth, the legend, the philanthropist, the activist, the author, the educator, the empowerer. He is.
They can wait. Keep going.
He is the man who they come from all around to see. So show some respect and bend the knee, because he is the king who wears the crown that hangs 2 inches from the ground. Oh, yes. He is your king. He is my king. He is King Kevyn.
They're not as excited for me, I guess.
There they go. They were
care.
tired
They care.
because they were just so charged up to see both of us this time.
I know,
right?
What's up, everybody? You guys are watching the GreatMines Show. So, for years, Stoney and I have been sitting down together at least once a week to chat with you guys and have a great time. And we very rarely ever say the GreatMines Show.
Yes.
So I made it a point to welcome you guys because we really appreciate you. We love having these conversations with you. I love having these conversations with you. I hope you love having them with me.
Yeah, they're fun.
But yeah, we have a really good time. So
here on the GreatMines Show.
There you go. So I was just on Instagram Live, and I see there's some people who are joining us. So I'm hoping that these are some of the people who came over from Instagram to actually sit down with us and have a conversation, at least to see what we're talking about.
Right.
You know? And do we want to start with our recap?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
So Friday night, we did a live watch party.
Right.
For RuPaul Drag Race All-Stars, All Winners, Season 7.
Yes. And it is still on YouTube. So go ahead, and if you have an hour to watch it.
Amazingly, it was not copyright struck.
Yeah.
All the stuff that was going on in that video.
And it was a great time, So yeah, if you have an hour of free time, you want some little background noise or something like that,
it's perfect.
Put it on.
That. It is perfect for that. And it's actually fun.
Yeah.
We had fun. So if you weren't on the Instagram Live, Stoney and I was recapping that we did a show on Friday where we were watching it, giving out our reactions, giving our predictions, all that good stuff. We had an audience in the room with us who kind of like chimed in here and there, gave their 2 cents or 10 cents. And it was all welcomed. It was all great. We had a wonderful conversation, and we plan to give you guys some of what we talked about then, our final statements about some of the things we saw. We're giving we can talk about predictions that we thought would come true, what came true, what didn't come true. Because I made a prediction the night of, and I was so spot on.
Yeah, no, I was spot on as to who I thought was going to win.
You actually win.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I predicted who would be the top 2, and he predicted the winner. And honestly, if you didn't know, you could have it could have went either way, but both of our predictions were correct.
Yeah.
So yeah, we know what we're talking about.
Yeah, we do.
We know what we're talking about.
We do. and definitely, like, share, subscribe this, because, the more people that know that we know that we're talking about, the better it is for you and us, because you'll see us in more places.
Yeah.
So, let's put a bow on the season, of Drag Race, All Winners, All Stars.
I want to wear this, but I'm so distracted by me. Oh, let me stop.
It's okay.
I just want you guys to see my eyes, and if you can't see my eyes, you can't tell if I'm being honest with you. So.
My eyes are chinky, so you can very rarely see my eyes, even in person.
To say that?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you shouldn't say that.
Well, that's tiny.
That's a racial slur.
They're very tiny. I am not, you know what I mean? That's what I describe anyway. So, hey, sorry for those who defended, who are offended. I do not mean to offend with describing my beautiful, little tiny little slits of eyes.
Beautiful small eyes.
Yeah. No, it's okay. It's okay.
So where do we start?
Yeah, we're gonna put a bow on RuPaul's Drag Race All Winners, and give our final thoughts. we'll recap it very quickly. So lip sync Lollapalooza for the SmackDown for the crown.
Yes.
And there were two crowns going on. There was the crown for she already had hers is.
And then there was the crown for the queen, who was the queen of all stars, all winners.
Yep.
And this is the queen of all queens.
Queen of all queens.
Now, of all the queens in the world, I'm jumping ahead of myself, so I'm not going to finish my statement. But in my head, of all the queens in the world that has ever been on RuPaul's Drag Race, the person who wins this title, and this is what's at stake here, because we know there's some like top winners and from other seasons who are like super mega stars,
right? Who weren't on the show,
were not on the show,
and
right?
there could have been very legitimate reasons, like we've always said, whenever we
for whatever reason they weren't on the show,
right?
But what this pretty much solidifies, like there's RuPaul, and then there's this person in my head, because you've won your season. And you fought against the best of the best of the best of the best, and you came out on top. Yeah, that's what this solidifies to me, to go through all these seasons of regular RuPaul's Drag Race, RuPaul's Drag Race UK, All Stars, and to bring it all to this. That's a major feat. So she already had hers. We have the Vivian, Evie Oddly, Jada Essence Hall, and Raja.
Right. And of course, as you know, with the lip sync Lollapalooza, they put the queen's faces on a big wheel and they spin it to, figure out who's going to go against who, and it's head to head. And so the first person that was picked was it Evie? I think it was Evie Oddly. All right. And then the wheel spun, and then it was the Vivian. Okay, and then Evie gets to pick the box that contains the song.
So the pit crew came out with two boxes, a silver one and a gold one, and whoever how did they choose who won? Who got to pick? I don't remember.
Whoever was picked first on the wheel.
Okay, so Evie picks the box, and they did push it, right?
Yep, push it, salt and pepper.
So in that, now the Vivian, throughout this season, has given us amazing looks, great camp. Her sewing, her makeup, her hair, her energy has always been like top tier. But when it came down to this lip sync, it wasn't her strongest performance, and I don't think she's a lip sync type of queen as is. Like, she can do it, but she's not pulling out stunts and shows like that. And
it's not like the Viv can't put on a good lip sync. She won 2 lip syncs this season.
Yes, obviously she can.
She blocked Monet first and Jinx second. So yeah, so that's an accomplishment right there. She has the skills.
Right.
I think that had she, I think that in this situation, Evie knew what the song was calling for, and I don't think that the Viv didn't know what the song was calling for. I just
didn't
think
know how
that
to deliver it.
Right, but also I think to me kind of stems to her like I guess machismo or everybody's sexual essence, because with that type of song, especially with a lip sync, you have to have some type of sexual essence about you, and some type of sexual confidence to be able to pull off that that what I mean. And you can do it campy, but you still have to have some sexiness sprinkled in with that camp. And the Viv is very, very beautiful, and
stunning.
If the Viv could have threaded that line of sultry sensualness with that campiness that Jinx seems to know how to do very well,
which is very interesting.
Then
it's Jinx.
Then maybe she would have been able to win. But Evie threaded that needle of sexiness and camp with this song, to where she ended up winning, and moved on to the finals of the She Already Done Had Hers Is, and the Viv, was the first queen of the night eliminated.
Which means that Evie Oddly took the first place in that match. And there's going to be another one. And we kind of already know who's going to be. Oh, wait. No. before we talk about that, let's just say what RuPaul did for the queens after they were eliminated. Because again, you're dealing with the best of the best, all stars,
Right.
all winners. They're already winners.
They've never went home, pretty much, unless they were an all-star winner. They've never went home on their season.
Right.
So
in this situation, when you didn't win your lip sync, RuPaul still presented you with a scepter, bejeweled and bedazzled.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that I said that had to be worth a good amount.
Yeah, I think those scepters look like they were worth at least $5,000.
I was saying a little bit more than that, but 5,000 makes sense.
At least 5,000.
I was smoking a lot of the good tobacco, so I was very out there, exuberant with how much I said they probably were. But yeah, 5,000 makes more sense.
Yeah, at least 5,000. So
yeah,
and they were beautiful scepters. So
they were.
And they got their moment to shine and their flowers and everything. Where RuPaul was like, "You are amazing" and everything, and it was great. It was a great feeling to send them off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because, it was like you didn't win this lip sync, which means that you're not going to be in running to get that top crown. But we honor you, and we see you for the queen, the winning queen that you are.
Yeah.
So that was dope. So Kashif says it was so special. Let me put it up on screen so y'all can see what Kashif said. How about that? I don't know if YouTube shows this on Facebook or not, but it's so special seeing them all get recognition and praise.
Right.
And I think that is what that was. It was to honor.
Thank you, Kashif.
Every performer, because they are amazing. So
yeah, no, it was definitely a good moment. So then we had the next battle.
Raja and Jada Essence Hall,
right,
going up against each other. And they over the season developed this mama-daughter relationship, but mama had to take the mama apron off for a second and show daughter what it was all about.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I gave the answer. I
told the story just now. Yeah, you kind of did.
I just told the story.
I believe the song was "Let's Hear It for the Boys."
Okay, pause. I was talking to my mom about this today because there was a moment that was just so funny to me. Because while it was happening, I gave a really fun fact about Denise Williams' song, "Let's Hear It for the Boys." It came out in 1984, which happened to be the year I was allegedly born. And it became a song that my mom sang to me throughout my life. Every time on my birthday, she's singing. Like, she has to be the first person to call me. And she doesn't say hello. She doesn't say happy birthday. She said, "Let's hear it for my boys. Let's hear it for my man." So I had to acknowledge that the other night. And PJ looked over at me and said, "My mom ain't never seen that to me. I was born in 84. So it was a cute moment. And so there was a nostalgic moment. And that also worked in Raja's favor because that was her era. She remembered that song when she was younger. So when she, and it speaks to having a connection to these songs. We just saw that with Evie and the Viv. Evie resonated with the song. She knew how to connect with it. Mm-hmm. And in this, now, again, Jada did an amazing job. But that extra was Raja knowing the words, knowing the era, knowing the vibe that song gave. Right. And she slayed.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, like back when that song came out in 1884.
I went to the beach this weekend. But I also went to the beach last weekend, right? Yeah. And I was sitting there minding my business. And the guy that invited me to go, it was a whole group of us. I'm legit just laying on the beach, playing a game on my phone, minding my business. He comes behind me without me knowing with a bottle of water, just dumps that shit on my head. I'm about to do that till you say 1884 again.
Yeah, well, hey, it's okay. But no, yeah, it was a great battle. I would say that it was a great battle. She really, was like Raja put the spice on it is what I was saying.
Yes, she did.
She had spice on it.
Stank on it.
Yeah. And she didn't. Well, Jada didn't necessarily have the spice.
I don't even think she was born.
Right.
And were you part of that conversation about being able to connect to music?
Yeah, no, and I started that conversation because, and my point was, I get it, but if you know music is one of those things that is transcendent because I like, I am very much an old soul. Like I listen to BB King right now. I be rocking the Sam Cooke, like Tina Turner, like the old Ike and Tina, like you know what I mean, stuff like that, and even her early solo stuff like that, River Deep, Mountain High. That's one of my jams. And I get into it, but
we in that conversation we were saying though, like the point that I was making today is like, yeah, like though that music is from maybe our parents' era, hip hop,
grandparents.
Well, some of the music, because we mentioned music from our parents' era, we mentioned music from our grandparents' era, and it resonates with us. We understand it, but we understand it through appreciating their experience, where the music was their experience, so they have a different type of connection to it. So that was the difference between Jada and Raja, where Jada knew the music. You can tell she was feeling it, but again, this was Raja's experience.
Right.
So
I get it.
And again, Raja had to win that one. So now the next battle, well, I kind of like broke it up because we jumped from, RuPaul jumped from that she already done had hers to the Queen of All Queens.
Yeah. So the finals, the finalists had got the chance to wait.
Yeah, and you can rest to catch a breath. Redo your makeup, change outfit, whatever.
Yeah. So then we had the semifinals of the Queen of All Queens.
Yes.
Where you had Monet, Shea Coulee, Trinity the Tuck, and Jinx Monsoon. All right. And so they had the wheel with all their faces on, and the wheel spins, and the first person that comes up, Jinx Monsoon. Okay. So then everyone's on edge because it's like Jinx,
we kind of already know.
Yeah.
When it's a clear winner, or at least you want there to be a clear winner, you have this expectation that they're going to come to the table and just kill it.
Right.
But you save that for the big show. That's not an opening act. That's the main stage type situation.
Right. Yeah.
In this competition, Jinx shows us that she's the main show.
Yeah. No, she definitely.
So it's like, okay.
So then, Jinx is very confident, and then they spin the wheel again and it lands on Shea Coulee. So, and the crazy.
You want to use this opportunity to talk about it?
We can.
All right.
We can. So, in addition to other things, so the crazy thing is, one thing I noticed was that once the wheel landed on Shea, there was this look of concern. That was on Shea's face. And some people, and it's crazy because they're in the confessionals and stuff like that they would splice in between.
Yeah.
Shay's very confident and like, oh, I'm about to slay this, and I want this, this $200,000, and everything,
right.
So then Jinx gets to pick the box, and she picks the silver box, or the platinum box, as she said, and then it was, Lady Gaga's Judas. Now then they showed Shea again.
Hey, the only thing I understood was BB King and Sam.
It's good music, right? Yeah. But then they showed a picture. They showed Shea Coulee again, and I saw this even deeper look of concern.
Yeah, when you saw when they showed her on stage,
right?
Yeah, when
after
she was on
they
stage, yes.
after they opened the box and showed that it was Lady Gaga's Judas, and Jinx turned around and was like, "I got this."
And now here's the thing. Again, we talk about stars like these women, or these performers. Shea's concern is interesting because it did show on her face, because that she's probably performed that song already a million times.
Yeah, she said it was she said it was the first song that she did.
Yeah.
Period. Like her first drag performance was with that song.
I think what got in her head is not the confidence about the song so much as her competitor, because she knows that this is like, I can do this, but this is who she is.
Right.
And it's like, oh shit, I really gotta come out with the bells and the whistles on this one, because.
And I'm like, at the end of the day, what a lip sync Lollapalooza is. You should have been prepared to be able to not shrink in the moment, and be prepared mentally to face Jinx, because I feel like, she got a little bit in herself and kind of shrunk in the moment.
So I'm glad you said that, because it all ties into what happened on stage, that everyone kept saying in our group, and also because she said she was too focused on giving you Gaga's choreo that she added no originality to her performance. And let me say, Shea Coulee, since she first graced us on RuPaul's Drag Race, has been one of my favorite queens. I even have a crush on her. Like, she's just one of those queens for me. And when she came to do her lip sync, before the lip sync started, even before we started noticing
the final runway, the whole Chiquita Banana Lady look, stunning.
But the problem I had was I don't feel like she brought a finale look to the stage.
And
I know this is
for the lip sync,
but I know this is a lip sync, and you might end up moving in ways. But I feel that I don't want to say that though. I was a little
hot take it, bro.
I was a little bit let down. I was let down because she was too in her head, and I personally can relate because I'm always in my head. But she was so in her head about everything. She rested on easy too much, and she didn't come prepared. She didn't come to the table the way she should have. And this is my opinion, but yeah, the wig. Yeah, it was that wig, the kitty cat wig she had on. It just wasn't it.
Right. I mean, it was. I was hoping that she might have had a tearaway under her tearaway.
Yeah,
you know, kind of like Evie did. You know, in that what Evie did, and yeah, we're gonna talk about what Evie did, but yeah, no, she had a tearaway under her tearaway.
Let me also catch up on Facebook for my pop, because I don't think he watches Drag Race. So right now we're talking about RuPaul's Drag Race season All Stars season 7, which is All Stars All Winners. What they did was they collected some of the top winners from their various seasons or All Star seasons. Put the winners against the winners. No one was eliminated, but they had to get stars, a certain amount of stars, to end up in the running for 8 girls. None of them was sent home, and there was the top 4, and then there was, I guess you say, the bottom 4.
Right.
They all lip sync within their groups, and we're talking about the different ones who were winning or not.
Right. So. Yeah, so and we're talking about the semifinals right now of the winners group, the top 4 for the Queen of all Queens. And so that, like, yeah, no, it wasn't, that wig, you know, I was hoping that it was going to be a tearaway under her tearaway.
I was too.
But it wasn't. And, you know, and Jinx, granted, Jinx, honestly, to me, Jinx wasn't as strong as I felt like she could have been in that lip sync.
But I also think she was saving that for the big show. She already knew. Right. Especially when she figured out what the song was. She knew for sure.
Right. She knew what she had to do. She knew, So, but, like, it to me, you know, she did just enough to win, you know, with
that's some cocky, arrogant-ish, honestly. Yeah, she's like, because I'm not saying that that's what she said or what she was thinking, but I could imagine she's like, oh, Lady Gaga, Judas against her? Oh, I ain't got to try too hard.
I mean, that's probably what she was saying going into the Snatch game, too.
Yeah. But you know what? It's like she's doing stuff so effortlessly. And even in the design challenges, her designs were still pretty dope. She is just a monsoon.
Jinx Monsoon, please come on our show.
She is she's completely untouchable with what she does.
Yes.
So obviously she wins.
Yes. And again, I remind people, Jinx beat Relaska Tox. Okay. And for those of you that do not know who Relaska Tox is or what Relaska Tox is, that is a trio. All right. A trio drag queen faction. All right. Like, you know, like the NWO was back in wrestling. Yeah. It's a drag queen faction of Roxy Andrews, right? That's what it is. Roxy Andrews. Let you know. Then you had Detox. Okay, Detox. All right, yeah. I like that one. And then Alaska, okay, who is a former winner who wasn't on this show. Okay. Now, she beat all 3 of them in her season. And I mean, soundly beat all three of them in their season to win the crown. And honestly, you can and what I was saying there too was that you'd be hard pressed to find another winner. Let it be even all-star winners, okay, who had a harder route to their crown, as far as quality of queens in one season to go through.
Yeah.
Like, granted, the All-Stars are great, but it's
those
settled.
are the best of the best, from all the seasons, winners or not, not winners. You didn't win your season,
right?
So they do All-Stars,
right? I mean, you had some winners come, but once, but it is what it is. And that was another person who I think should have gotten an opportunity to come on this season too. I do.
I just don't think that she should have ever gone on to All-Star. She should have held out. But I think that with this competition, maybe that was her chance, because this competition was stiff. So then we go to where do we go from here?
Then we have
Trinity and Monet X Change.
And Jinx won, by the way.
Yeah, clearly.
Jinx won. Yeah. So
Trinity the Tuck and Monet X Change at it again. Like, it better not be enough tie.
It was not.
It wasn't a tie.
It was not a tie.
So I feel this way about Monet X Change. Monet literally was the very first top two on the season, and she deserved it. And then I think that she got so comfortable along with Shay, and this is a great story because they both were the first two winners. And the very last episode where they were able to gain stars, which we didn't talk about with Shay, which we'll get to, it ended up being Shay and Monet again. So they started this off and they ended this, but they took two different trajectories. They both got knocked off the top very quickly, and they stayed down there for a good period of time. Monet clawed her way back to the top. She ended up having the most stars at the end because of a little fluke. Well,
she won one. She won one competition.
She won two.
She won the last 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
Right. So, so she had another one.
So she earned two without anything extra. Than the last one she earned.
Right. And then the last three she earned where she had 5. Yeah.
Right. So it took her to having 5 stars. So she was the queen to have 5 stars. But trajectory, and it's maybe I'll watch it again and try to see if I can decipher little things like psychological things, and because there was a little defeatist attitude with Shay.
Yeah, towards the end.
Yeah, it was.
Especially right before, once she found out that, it's going to be worth 3 and I still have a chance. Oh, let me go. But before that, it was very, all right, well, I'm just here.
But Monet, and it's because Shay went throughout the entire season with literally 1 star, and everyone else surpassed her. Everyone got their first one, then they got their second one. Some got their third. Jinx got her 4th. And Shay still only had her 1. But I think the defeatist attitude started from the second episode when she didn't win.
Right.
Because she still did a great job. But
she did.
You can't just do good with this group of girls. But everyone else was doing this, and Shay was kind of doing this. And again, I love Shay. She's one of my absolute favorite. If I had a top 3, she'd be a part of it. But Monet, she saw the opportunity. She sees the opportunity. She was already polished. I think when she did that opera, she was already legend.
Yeah.
At that point, she was like, I'm in a whole new hemisphere.
Right. Now, with this lip sync, I mean, Trinity was okay. I forgot what song was it that they had.
It's funny.
But if you remember what song, put it in the comments.
If you remember what song Trinity and Monet actually lip sync to. Hey. Yeah. The first person, how about this? The first person to put in the comments the correct song, and I'm going to verify it. I'm going to send you a book. How about that?
Who wants a book? It's a great book.
A Life of Less, Memoirs of the Porn Star.
Where can they find it?
Actually, you can go onto my website, KevynM.com, and find the book. I'm finding the banner so I can put this on. Yeah. You go to KevynM.com, you'll be able to find. That bothers me so much. That sound bothers me so much. It threw me completely off.
graphics and cutaways when we don't get strike for them. Like we're doing it, studio audience.
So yeah, if you guys are interested in interacting with us, and get a book out of it. But what's the song that Monet X Change and Trinity the Tuck synced to in this Lollapalooza?
Right. Well, anyway, moving on. While you do that, while you guys work on that, and let us know. Moving on, Monet won the lip sync, and so then it set up, Monet X Change versus Jinx Monsoon.
Did you say drinks?
Yeah, I did. I did say drinks.
Okay, so we're going to the bar after this.
Okay. I'm down. All right. Okay. Oh, so yeah, but Jinx Monsoon, and Monet X Change in the finals of the Queen of Queens. All right, and then we have the finals of she already done had hers. All right, coming up after that, and that was Raja versus Yvie Oddly.
Yes.
All right, great duo there.
This pairing was pretty dope,
mm-hmm.
and their performances was pretty these girls gave us the reason why they're the best of the best, in my opinion. I absolutely adore Yvie.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I'm not the biggest Raja fan, but you cannot deny Raja's talent.
Right. Yeah, no, Raja is great.
So, Kashif gave it to us. So, Kashif, you will get a signed copy of A Life of Lust, Memoirs of the Porn Star. We know each other, so I can find you. We can exchange information, and I get you a copy of the book. Thank you for that. But yeah, so he did. It was swish. Yeah. But Raja and Yvie, they did their thing, and it was good. And it was again, I love Yvie in that. Now, was I that high? Because I don't remember what song they danced to. They lip synced to either.
I know it was an older song.
It was older, and okay. So I think that Judas was rigged for Jinx, and this song was rigged for Raja, in my opinion.
Was it Aretha? I think it had to be Aretha something. Wasn't it Aretha something?
Yeah, it was. It was like a throwback, a house type thing, right?
I don't remember.
All right, we're gonna find these.
But it was Aretha. I think it was something Aretha for that lip sync. And Raja again had more spice on her performance. Which gave her the leg up. But although I gotta say that there was a moment, like I said earlier, with I was expecting Shade to have a tearaway under her tearaway.
Yeah.
All right, and there was a moment where Yvie was dancing and her wig fell off. And we were like,
the wig cap on.
And we were like, oh. Because the thing with RuPaul's Drag Race is that whenever the wig falls off, that's pretty much it. Especially if you don't got no trick with it. And Yvie being the professional and the winner, and me being the non-drag queen professional that I am, thinking that was it,
Because it's a known fact that if your wardrobe falls apart during a lip sync, you're going to lose that lip sync.
Yeah, pretty much.
I very rarely, if ever, seen anyone recover from a malfunction where RuPaul said, "Congratulations, Oshante, you stay." Right. No, you're usually sashaying away. Right. Her wig comes off, and they make a moment of it. Everyone stops Yvie even looks up and she sold this. Oh, she sold this.
Yeah, she sold it.
Because she looked like, oh shit, like she knew she messed up. Man.
And then she pulls that stocking cap off.
And reveals her second wig.
This little short, little pixie, little red wig. And it was gorgeous. And it was just oh my God, yes.
Now, earlier in the show.
Yes, for the tearaway, under the tearaway.
Earlier in the show, I said how Raja was performing against Jada Essence Hall, and it was just in Raja's wheelhouse. Right. This song here, Sisters Are Doing It For Themselves by what?
Eurythmic and
Aretha Franklin.
Aretha Franklin. Sisters are doing it for themselves. That's yeah.
So with that being said, if I'm leaning into that statement that I made, then clearly this should go to Raja because this is in her era, or at least in terms of like the performance. And maybe I'm judging off of what Jada did, but Evie, even though Evie gave such a great performance, and it wasn't just the reveal that she did; she just really gave a really strong performance.
Right. It's just that again, Raja's had just a little bit more seasoning on her performance than Evie did. Evie had all the tricks and it was great. It was entertaining.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, way better of a quality lip sync than what Jada gave against Raja.
Yes, and there was so many times, and the two top winners, like she already done had hers, and the queen of all queens, where I'm like, okay, it's going to this person. Oh shit, no wait, that person. Oh wait, I don't know.
Yeah, this one was definitely a neck and neck, but Raja had it, you know, from jump. And so Raja won. And became the queen of She Already Done Had Hers and won $50,000.
And now it's time for the main event on the main stage of RuPaul's Drag Race.
Ladies and gentlemen,
all winners.
Let's get ready to rumble.
In one corner, you have Monet Exchange, who has 5 stars, who won the last 2 to 3 challenges near the end of the season. Who has always been a really strong contender from the beginning. And when I say the beginning, I mean the beginning of her original season.
Yeah.
Because she's just a star that way. Monet Exchange throughout this entire season has given us looks. She's given us performance. She's made us think. She's given us an amazing season as an all winners, queen of queens, to be where she is.
And not a damn sponge was in sight.
Not one. And then you want to talk about Jinx?
And then we had Jinx Monsoon, all right? The slayer of Relaska Talks coming in.
The slayer of fucking Snatch Game. I just cursing so much. Lord help me. I'm sorry, Mom.
When I say yes, she is the queen of Snatch Games, all right?
And we didn't even know we needed one.
Like just coming in and doing, you know, great Judy Garland, you know, then she did Natasha Lyonne, which was still funny, you know. Like she just master classes during the improvs, everything, even the speech challenges, you know, she was good. The roast, you know, she comes in, she came into this with by far the best resume. I mean, she got blocked twice throughout the season.
And was the first?
And was the first person.
Only.
Yeah.
No, Jada had 4, right?
What?
No, Jada had no, she didn't have.
Jada had 3.
Yeah. So she was the only person.
Yeah, she was the only person to earn 4.
4.
She could have, and honestly, she could have had 6 because every time she was blocked, except for that one time.
She could have 5.
She could have had 5 because she won the first time that she was blocked. She won the next week. She could have had a star that time, but she was blocked. When Viv blocked her the second time, all right, she didn't win that one. Right. Okay, so it was like, but she could have had 5, you know, right up there with Monet.
Yeah,
you know. So she came into this Lip Sync Lollapalooza with by far the strongest resume between Monet and you know, between the two. Yeah. Not only did, and even you could look at the off, like I said, the off season resume. Jinx had a stronger one too. She went through her first season and won. Again, she beat Relaska Talks in her season. Much harder road than any champion has ever had to go through.
Yeah.
So right. So Jinx, you know, coming in with some good credentials into that Lip Sync Lollapalooza. So then what was the song that they did?
I'm about to give it to you.
I don't even. Was it So What? Or no? Was it So What? No, it wasn't So What.
It was. Oh my gosh. Swish. No, that was Swish Swish. Okay, so that means that the other one was it. So we gotta talk. Because the first one wasn't Swish Swish.
Oh, the final was Swish Swish?
Yes, the final was Swish Swish with
Oh.
Monet and Jinx.
Oh yeah. That's right. Because that was the Nikki part that Jinx did very good in. Yeah, no, she did well. She did well in that lip sync, and honestly, that lip sync was neck and neck. It was neck and neck.
Yeah,
You know,
again,
it was
that was one of those back and forth. Like it could go either way.
like the horses were going like this to the finish line, and it was a photo finish. Like, and Jinx just edged it out, honestly.
Yeah.
And in addition to having the stronger resume, because you know,
Reggie. Hey sis.
Because what did RuPaul say? RuPaul said that based off of your performance in the lip sync, as well as throughout the course of the season, so
that made it very clear. The moment Ru said that, it was like, okay.
And I feel bad because you kind of saw it on Shay's face or Monet's face.
Yeah, she knew at that moment.
Like, oh, I don't got the strongest resume. But yeah, and
I mean,
it is what it is.
It is deserving to give it because Monet killed that lip sync. She killed it, but with the body of work, and this isn't like just a regular episode. This is the finale, so you have to take all that into account. All you are assassin lip sync performers, so we got to spice it up a little bit. Now, before I say my final statements about this and really put a nice little bow on it, let's talk about Shay. So Shay, when she did her performance, we saw her defeatist energy. She said online, and there was the whole controversy about like her getting these 3 stars at the last minute. That give me the quote or the story.
She felt like her fans, would where's it at? Hold on, I'm pulling it up now. So basically, it was a interview that she did, Entertainment Weekly. The quote is that these fans don't know what it's like. Shea Coulee exclusively tells Entertainment Weekly after she felt fans would try to discredit her 3-star victory on RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars. So a lot of people were online discrediting her place in the finals because of that, that lip sync that 3 legendary legend star boost that she got at the very, very end. A lot of people are like, no, based off of the season, she shouldn't have been there.
So here's my thing. Especially the way RuPaul honored all of the queens, I would have been perfectly fine if Jada was in that space. If at the end of the day you didn't give the extra 3 stars and she ended up with just that 1 star, again, I would be perfectly fine if she wasn't in the top 4. There's nothing wrong with that, in my opinion. I just feel like kind of like her a little bit. I understand what it meant to her to get those stars and to be up there, and like she's somebody that I really, really do love again. But I would have been okay if that was Jada, and it would have saved Monet from being in the hot seat because Monet had to make a decision between Trinity and Jada because they both had 3 stars. They both deserve to be there. As much as I love Shay didn't put in the work, so I would have been perfectly fine if we made that switch. Your thoughts?
I think that all of them, honestly, like you could say the Viv, like
yeah,
a lot of people say the Viv has a legitimate case,
Well,
but
how about this?
At the end
do you remember there was that one episode where Ru gave out 2 stars, one for the queens that won, and they told them that they could give a star to someone else, and it was Raja, and who's the other person that gave out a star?
Raja and Jinx.
And they gave the stars to Evie and to Jada. And then after that, Jada won again.
Right.
So one of those stars is just the same as Shay getting 3.
Right.
It was given to you.
Yeah. And that's what I say. I don't think that there's any controversy there. I genuinely feel like that Shay earned her spot.
I feel in Shay's defense, if we can give Jada the credentials and accolades for having 3 stars, then we can give it to Shay for having the 4.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
So that's my take on that. there was something about this episode and I said it the entire night.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, I know this was the finale, so obviously there's going to be something final about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I just feel like this was like, there was too many things that just felt final. Like, if this era was to ever go away, this is the way you do it perfectly. Now, I got kind of like reprimanded for saying that, because like God turned, or the universe turned off my light, turned the lights out on me when I said it. But it's like someone having the highest victory in their career, and they got the highest accolades, and then they come back the next season and they don't reach it. It's like, you were already there at the very top. Nothing can knock you out of that space once you reach that, and then you go and diminish it.
Right.
And I feel like, because everything was just, in my opinion, perfectly done with the way RuPaul and the rest of those producers put together, not just the finale, but the entire season.
Right. This was by far the best season of, or in the best showcase of drag talent,
yes,
in the history of humankind, in my opinion. Like,
on television.
Show me a recorded event.
Yeah,
like that's what I'm saying. Show me a recorded event in all of human history of drag, showcasing drag, that is better than that. You won't find it. Okay,
no,
you won't find it.
No,
And
so I think that I've said it, and hopefully my light don't cut out on me tonight, but I feel like this was a farewell season.
I don't think it's a farewell season,
because they would announce it if it was.
Yeah,
I feel like it should have been.
And RuPaul is making too much money.
Oh, but how? Again, how
winning
do you top
so many
that?
Emmys?
How do you top this?
Oh, and that's the thing, yeah, because now we're going to go back to a regular drag race. It's going to be a while before we have an all-winner season again.
And it should be.
Because we don't have that many winners, you know what I mean, who at this point need to come back, for one thing, and, should come back.
Yeah,
because let's be real. Bianca Del Rio does not need to come back and should not come back, in my opinion.
Let's put a sticky on that, because I have a note about that. You already know my note about Bianca Del Rio coming back. But I have a very specific way she needs to come back.
Right. Bob the Drag Queen does not need to come back. Should not come back. I know he would. I know he's on record as saying he would have loved to have competed on All Winners, but
for the sport,
right?
You don't need that,
right?
Did you say he?
Well, yeah. She. Sorry, she. I don't mean to mispronounce anybody. Please do not cancel me.
You get all types of trouble.
I know. Violet Chachki, she does not need to come back. No. She's doing very well.
I say what they should do is
Simone did not need to come back.
I mean, so honestly, of the girls that came back, did any of them need to come back?
I think
it's for entertainment. It's just to give you.
I think Raja did well, for coming back. I don't think that she needed to, but it was good for Raja to come back and show people, exactly who she is, because Raja is one of the best winners to, you know what I mean? Like, she is the queen of the runway, in my opinion. Like, there is nobody who has had, on their season, a string of runway successes like Raja has. Like, Raja's just knockout spectacular on the runway every time, all the time. There is no exception. So, and that's the thing with Raja. Like, that's her, that's what she's known for, I would say that's her crown jewel. Everybody has a different crown jewel, so it's like, yeah.
So I feel, and this is where I'm on a.
I don't think Monet would have came, but I get it. The sharing thing, and you want your own. I get it.
Yeah.
Trinity too.
Yeah.
Get that. Evie, I kind of get her coming back in part because it's
that is something to talk about. So in this season, Evie said she feels like this is one of the last times she's going to be able to do half the stuff that she's doing because of her illness.
Mm-hmm.
All right, because she asks why not Bob. The reason why we say Bob doesn't need this is because Bob is a superstar.
Right.
The show wouldn't really do anything extra for him except for give him opportunity to show off on national TV more what he can do. Mm-hmm. But it's not a question of can you slay? Because we know that you can.
Right. And the
You
thing,
don't need it.
Right. And the thing with Jinx is people are like, well, what about Jinx? She has a successful, tours and stuff like that. I get it. The thing with Jinx is that Alaska winning kind of, is like, hold on. Because again, she went through Alaska tops on her season. And Alaska winning, kind of was like,
Alaska earned her win.
Right, Alaska earned her win, but it was a win for Alaska Tops. And to me, at the end of the day,
Alaska won, she didn't win against Jinx. Jinx win was solidified.
Right? Yeah, no, yeah, it was solidified. But I think that this was definitely Jinx's, one up to Alaska Tops.
You hear these conversations. This is why I feel like it sounds so final, because we can go down a list of all the years of Drag Race and All Stars. And we always end up at this spot. There's no other way. Like, Jinx had to be a part of this season.
Right.
It just had to be this way. So what I was about to say about Bianca don't need to come back, but I would love for Bianca Del Rio to come back. But the reason why I said that, all the scenes were final, because I think this is going to be RuPaul's last year as the host. This is only my pure speculation. It's not based on any type of fact. It's just a theory of mine. Now, I'm not saying that she's not going to be a part of it. She's going to produce it still. But if Bianca Del Rio came in as the new host of RuPaul's Drag Race, that would shake everything up.
Well, see, you got three people who are very much in the running for that job.
Who's the third person?
The third person?
Yeah.
Bob.
Who's the second person?
Jinx.
No, Jinx can't do it. Jinx is about to go on tour. Again.
But I'm saying Jinx is the queen of all queens.
Yes.
And her and Benda are already on tour together right now. So they're in Australia right now.
Right. I was about to say, a world tour is what Jinx needs to do for the next 2 years.
True.
We need something right now. The next season needs to be a regular Drag Race season. It should still be RuPaul's Drag Race, hosted by Bianca Del Rio.
That would be good.
And Bob could do it, yes, but no. We need Bianca on
No,
this.
yeah, Bianca would be the best one. Yes, by far. If you can't get Jinx, if it can't be Jinx, that's what I'm saying. Bianca, yes. But now I'm saying, and I'm not saying that I would take Jinx over Bianca. It's just that Jinx has the title of queen of all queens.
Yes, that makes sense. But because I know that she's going to make her money on tour right now,
right?
And RuPaul's making money off of their tour,
right?
We need something more immediate. And what are you going to do? You have Bianca,
but that's it.
Right.
I mean, and
this is all
again, it's been 6 years since a particular sportscaster said Tom Brady was going to fall off of a cliff, and Tom Brady's still playing at a high level. So bookmark this, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm pretty sure RuPaul is watching. All right, because I know the bosses over at Viacom are watching. So hopefully RuPaul is too. But
no, Wendy was watching.
Yeah, Wendy was watching. So we're bookmark this right now. Bookmark this, because he's thinks RuPaul's leaving soon. RuPaul's the cliff. It's here. If RuPaul is still going 6 years from now.
Let's be clear.
I'm gonna be here, guy.
Let's be clear. I don't think RuPaul is falling off at all. RuPaul is getting older, and she can still perform, and she's showing us that she can still perform. But she is getting older. I think at some point we switch up the judges panel. Not all of them. Maybe have them rotate, but give us some new judges, and then have the three that we have now rotate, like the way Carson and Ross Matthews rotate. Have Michelle, Carson, and Ross rotate with new judges. Bianca Del Rio, bring in Trixie Mattel. No, not Trixie.
See, and that's the thing. And that, honestly, I get it. I get why she didn't come back on this season. But honestly, if I was Trixie Mattel,
I'm sorry.
I would have jumped.
I'm wrong.
Yeah.
All right. So Bianca Del Rio is the host.
Yeah.
Michelle, Ross, and Carson rotates. Bring back Raven and Shangela. You got a show.
Well, we all know how I feel about Raven. Raven should get the crown and be the first one. They should announce her queen of season 2. You know.
Oh, that's the thing I
And
was going to say. Yes.
and she should be the first. She should get first dibs on the next all winter season, like point
I
blank.
agree.
Period.
I agree.
Like I was okay with the whole joke, like when like at the joke at the beginning of the season with like Raja, you know,
Mhm.
or Raven and Raven,
Right.
you know, but I was okay because she should be the queen right now.
Yeah.
Like RuPaul, give Raven the
But I
crown.
think even bringing Raven in to make that cameo was to say, "Hey, I see you, girl. I see you, and you should be here, but you just did not get that win." But again, so what I said about
Give it to
season 2,
her. It's your universe.
Season 2 was the season that we lost because we know Tyra Sanchez isn't even Tyra Sanchez anymore.
Right.
So there is no sitting queen for that season. It should be Raven. We should not do a competition for season 2, but I think we should do a season 2 ceremony where we bring back all the queens, let them lip sync, not compete, but let them all lip sync to a special show and crown Raven the rightful winner of season 2.
Right.
And I'm not saying that Tyra shouldn't have won, but she abandoned her post.
Right.
And I love Tyra, and I know why she abandoned her post, and I'm not knocking her for doing so.
No.
But in Drag Race history, there's a space, there's a gap that needs to be filled, and I think that belongs to our Raven.
Raven, yes, definitely. So yeah, so let's see who else. You got Trixie there. Trixie Mattel, for one thing, I think should have come back and should have jumped at the opportunity to be crowned queen of all queens, in part because it would have legitimized
her win.
Because let's be real.
Yes.
A lot of people look at Trixie Mattel like, yeah, sure, you won, but you only won because Benda quit. Like,
yeah. I like that you said that because that really would have legitimized.
Yeah.
Her
and
win.
I think that, you know what I mean? So Trixie, I get it that you had Queen of the Universe and you got your whole tour going and you had your whole little guest spot at the CMAs and you're doing things and stuff like that. I get it. But to be honest with you, lady, for your drag race legacy, and you may feel as though your drag race legacy is complete, but you are going to have drag race, fans, hardcore fans like me,
right.
You know what I mean? Geeks like me who are going to look at your title reign as being slightly tainted.
Yeah, okay? I agree.
And not complete and not whole.
It sucked to be the queen to win a season and all of like the fans of the shows like, oh, that person, they didn't deserve that. Someone was robbed. It sucks to be the queen to win in a situation when someone says, oh, that person was robbed.
Right.
Because that means that we don't feel like you legitimately earned that.
Right. Yeah. No. Mm-hmm.
So I agree.
She should have been back.
So next time Rue does this, we'll have a lot more winners, and Trixie better be in there.
Yeah, Trixie better be in there. Who else did we say should be in there? Well, right now, no one else, honestly.
All right. So someone who I think is a league of their own.
I don't think Alaska should because Alaska's big. Yeah.
Someone I think is in a league of their own.
Mm-hmm.
Another queen who don't need it but could also be in that spot. Then that's the third queen that could be up there with Bianca Del Rio and Bobby Drag Queen. Sasha fucking Velour.
Yeah, she is also a winner who didn't need to come back.
Yeah,
should not have come back, in my opinion. She's she's definitely.
Like, could you imagine if they did a season and they brought back those three against other winners? Like, come on.
Yeah, that's. Oof.
Yeah.
But right. So that is our final take on RuPaul's All Winners, All Stars. Yeah.
And again, RuPaul and the people at Worlds of Wonder and Viacom, if you happen to be watching this,
yes,
which we believe that you are,
yes,
and then I threw an idea out. It's recorded. It's a date stamp, so it's my idea that next season start regular Drag Race, RuPaul's Drag Race, hosted by ... produced by RuPaul. Give Shangela a seat. Who the other person I said give a seat to? Damn, I forgot it that quick.
I forgot too. Shangela and
Raven. We got the host.
Raven.
Yes, Shangela and Raven. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Give them a seat on the judging panel, and it's going to be so much more intimate because they've been through it, so they're going to understand what it's like to be on that stage. And the judges we have now, they have a rotating seat.
Mm-hmm.
So Viacom, we know you're listening.
Hosted by
Give us
Bianca
credit.
Del Rio.
Hosted by Bianca Del Rio, yes. I think I personally think that she'd be the best queen to host it. That's just my personal thought. But before we go, we definitely want you guys to go back to my site. I'm not even going to go to it. Go to my site. I was about to go to Kingfinity. Oh, it's right here.
Yeah.
Go to kingfinity.com. Follow that link to get your passes now so that you can be a part of CMP, which is Columbus Melanin Pride. I will be in the building. I will be at almost 99.99999% of the activities going on.
Yes.
I am slated to be featured in most of those things. I am so honored because they're honoring me as the Pride champion, and at the gala they're honoring me with an award. It means so much to me to be seen and to be appreciated for the work that I've done in my career and in our community. And you don't live for validation, but when it's given, it's appreciated. And Kingfinity, Preston and show we have gone above and beyond to show their love and appreciation and support for me. A lot of people say they support, but don't. They actually support. I love those guys. Come with us September 22nd through the 25th to celebrate me, but to celebrate them and what they're doing in the community, giving people, brown and black people within our community space to celebrate.
Black and brown and marginalized
communities.
People.
Space to celebrate our queerness, a space to learn, a space to have fun.
Yes, it's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of events, a lot of informative events. It is definitely going to be an experience that I cannot express to you how much both King Kevyn and I want you to be a part of. Go to kingsfinity.org/Pride22. Get your tickets today. Okay, get them today, folks, because it is going to be live.
This is what I like and what I look forward to. So last year we were there, and it was a successful event because it was their first year. We wanted more interaction from the community. There was a couple of divides there, racial divides or whatever like that. Some people didn't want to come here because they knew that there would be this type of people, and they didn't want to go there because of that type. What I am loving about this year's event is the fact that we are really saying, Columbus, Ohio, what's in Columbus? We are, and we're turning it out.
Yeah.
We own the city for that weekend.
It is a beautiful city.
It is, right? And the people are so nice now.
Yeah, they're so nice. There's a lot of good things to do in Columbus. Like, you're not far from a lot in Ohio, literally the center of Ohio, literally. So, get your tickets. Start planning and saving up for your rentals. The host hotel is a loft hotel, and I think it's university at the university or something out there.
That's a you thing.
Go to kingsfinity.org/Pride22 for more information on where you can book your room. All right. Get your plane ticket. Sure. Get your get your your rental cars together, your train tickets. All right.
Come in droves.
Yes.
Get your friends together. Y'all whether y'all flying or driving in. Get a group of y'all. Get y'all room.
Or y'all taking a train because Amtrak is actually not bad now.
Just make sure you're there. That's
right.
The point. Make sure you're there. Get your groups together. However you get there, and come celebrate with us. It's going to be such a good time. I'm super excited. We're getting closer and closer, and I'm excited. So, but don't wait. That's the point. Don't wait. Get on there now. Purchase your passes.
Get your VIP passes. Yeah. Get your event passes if you just want to do a couple events. You know what I mean? And not all of them. Hey, I get it, but get your tickets today, folks. I cannot stress to you how important it is.
The feedback that we've been getting about this event has been great from all over this country. Like, we are trying to help build this up to a space on the, let's put Columbus on the map the way we have New York, Philly, DC, Atlanta. Yes, Atlanta. Let's give, hey Monica. But yeah, so let's give them that same energy because the community needs it.
Right.
And we support Kingfinity. We have gone over our hour, and we gotta go out and get some drinks.
Yeah.
So we love you guys so much. Thank you for joining us.
Thank y'all for coming. God bless and good night.
Bye.